Okay. Ready to okay. Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Yusuf from PFL Education. I would like to first give a short introduction of PFL Education. PFL Education is one of the leading UK-owned and managed student placement agencies. We have the widest range of commitments and services offering to our students who wants to get higher education in UK, USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Malaysia, Turkey, and Dubai. So today we have Mr. Shozab Abbas, who is the regional manager for the Middle East and South Asia, and he's the regional manager for Asia Pacific University. So how are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you.
So, Mr. Shozab, please kindly tell us about your university.
Thank you so much, PFL, for having me for this event today. It's an honor for me. It's an opportunity for our students who wants to plan for their further studies, study abroad, and their further career development. Definitely, this session will help them out. My name is Shozab, and I'm regional manager at Asia Pacific University of Technology and Innovation. It's in Malaysia. We are mainly known for technology, IT, data science, psychology, business, finance, and programs in different fields. Asia Pacific University is almost having students from over 130 countries. We are also ranked in QS. We are also part of the Malaysian government ranking system, which is Sitar rating. So we are quite well in terms of ranking system. It's been almost around 2 decades that we are producing graduates in the field of technology, IT, business. Some of the programs are very unique, just like AI, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, Internet of Things, cloud computing, fintech, financial technology. So all these programs are available with us at Asia Pacific University.
Right. So, Mr. Shuzab, please tell us about the entry requirements for the undergraduate and postgraduate programs.
Those who are applying from Pakistan specifically, if you have done metric, which is SSC, or you have done HSC, which is intermediate, or if you have done DAE, which is a 3 years diploma, or if you have done Cambridge qualification, which is O-levels, A-levels, then you can apply for any of the undergrad program, for example, certificate program, diploma program, undergraduate, bachelor program. So these programs are available with us. These are the different levels where you can enter the university. If you're looking at the master's program, postgraduate programs, then we offer master's program. If you have done an honors degree from any recognized university, you can apply for a master's program. We also offer MPhil programs, and we also offer PhD programs. So for PhD, you must have at least 18 years education from any well-recognized university in Pakistan.
Right. So what are the fee structures for these undergraduate and postgraduate programs?
It costs you somewhere around $7,000 to $8,000 per year. $7,000 to $8,000 per year if you're going for undergrad program, and if you are looking into postgrad programs, it costs you somewhere around $9,000 to $10,000 US dollars per year.
All right, that's kind of value to money fees, right?
It is actually, it's very affordable. If you talk about affordability, if you talk about return, if you talk about the spending which you are actually giving to your own career, to your own lifestyle, to own knowledge enhancement, definitely it will help you to have a better career option, not just in Pakistan, but all around the world.
Right, that's right. So please tell me about that. What are the scholarships the students can get, and is there the scholarships you're providing? It's on percentage basis, and what is the criteria for the scholarships?
Sure. So the thing is, if you are good at your education, if you have done, good at your school, at your university, you can get a merit scholarship, which we offer starting from 10% up to 30%. And we also offer MIS, which is international scholarship for international students. So that is up to 100%. So it depends on your qualification. We call it as APU merit scholarship. It depends what is your CGPA, what is your A-level grades, what are your O-level grades, what is your percentage in your intermediate and metric. So basically we are looking at your current qualification, then only you can apply for a scholarship.
So there is a chance of full scholarship as well on the basis of their academic criteria, right?
Yes, because that is under MIS. So if you are going through MIS, then you can definitely apply for it. And but you have to be very very like you must have that spark, you must have that current, so that you can score well. Not everyone can get that.
So that's right. It must be an extraordinary student, right? Because he
You're
has to
right.
qualify from thousands of students.
You're right. You're right. Exactly.
Right. So tell me something about the foundation year. Is there any foundation year you're offering, and what is the fee structure for that? What is the entry criteria for foundation year, if you have it?
Those students who have done O levels or have done metric, which is SSC, they can apply for foundation program. The foundation program is for 1 year, and after completing foundation year, you can continue with your bachelor's degree program for 3 years or 4 years degree. Depending on your qualification, if you have scored low in your intermediate because of any particular reason, then you can apply for foundation as well, depending on your metric grades, O-level grades. Basically, foundation is an alternate to what you are studying here in Pakistan, which is called as intermediate. It is also an alternate to A levels, which is a Cambridge qualification. Foundation helps you to focus on the particular area which you have target. For example, if you're going into business, if you're going for design program, if you're going for computing related program, we have foundation programs in different fields. So your foundation, your base will be very strong before entering into the degree program.
Right, that's right. So what are the famous subjects for students who are going in APU of Pakistani students, and what the university is? It has the different rankings of departments of the university.
All right, so if we talk about Pakistani students particularly, there is a very high demand of data science. Data science, AI, cybersecurity, fintech. Other than that, we also offer digital leadership. Then we also offer digital marketing. So all these programs are very much in demand. Recently, you have seen, in last 2-3 years, the pandemic have changed the life of every single human being. There's one program which has taken over a lot of opportunities, and people are now getting into this field, that is called psychology. Psychology is now becoming a very high in demand program for Pakistani students. So if you are coming from business background, if you're coming from IT background, if you're coming from any background, you can always go for this APU foundation program, APU psychology program, which is focused on these recent developments in terms of psychology.
Okay, that's right. That's right. Mr. Shozab, please tell us about that. If students have not given IELTS. So there is any IELTS waiver program available in Monsu for bachelor's and master's or other qualification you're accepting other than IELTS for any subjects which require English requirements?
If a student is coming from Cambridge background and if he has English passed at Cambridge level, we don't ask for IELTS. It get exempted automatically. Number two, if you're coming from local Pakistani education system, which is intermediate or metric, then we can also look into the IELTS exemption depending on their college, depending on their qualification, depending on their marks in the English subject particularly. Those who are applying for master's program, if they are applying for master's entry directly, they should have this English proficiency letter, or we call it as medium of instruction letter, which they can get from their own university and they can provide it to us. So our APU academic panel will look into it and they will approve the exemption. Then the student do not have to give IELTS exam. It will be exempted.
So this is a great opportunity for students because we have many students who ask that we have great results in our academic education activities, but they have a problem with the IELTS. So it will be a great opportunity for our students, whoever are listening, that they can get IELTS waiver because of their English score and proficiency certificate.
Mohammed, it doesn't mean that they will not have to study in English. They will be studying with us at APU in English because English is the mode of instruction at APU. So they must have a very good hands-on experience, or maybe they should be very good at English communication skills. This will help them to score well at APU. If they are not doing good at IELTS, that means they have to work on their communication skills, their writing skills. Doesn't matter if they're going for IELTS or not, but they should be very good at English because this will help them to express their topic, express their point, in terms of exam, in terms of presentation, in terms of assignment. They have to, do all these things, all these components in English.
Right, that's right. So what does it cost for a living?
In Malaysia, it's very affordable. For example, if you talk about living of a student, it costs you around somewhere close to 400 US dollar a month. Depending on your lifestyle. For student lifestyle, I think 400 to 500 US dollar is very good enough amount. They can have a very good lifestyle within this amount. But there are students who have been living in Malaysia and they have learned to live at a very budgeted cost. So you can cut it down to 300, 350 US dollar, but that depends on your own, your ability, how you control and how you manage your finance.
Right. So does you have accommodation in your university, and how costly it is if we talk about the accommodation in the university and outside the university?
Yeah, it is not compulsory to stay at APU accommodation, but if you are looking for accommodation, we can always provide you different options. For example, we offer on-campus accommodation, and we are also offering off-campus accommodation. It costs you somewhere around $180 per month up to 300 US dollar per month. It depends on your affordability. It depends on your affordability. It depends on your needs. So everything will include in it. For example, if you're going for a very lavish lifestyle, definitely the cost will go very high. But if you are going for a budgeted accommodation at APU, the cost will reduce to somewhere around 180, 190, or maybe 200 US dollars. So we also offer single accommodation. For example, if you don't feel comfortable sharing your accommodation with anyone else, you can always go for a single room, or if you want to have a twin sharing room, that is also available with us at APU.
So, Mr. Shozab, please tell about what are the main attractions of AP University, the location, and what is the main attraction for students who wants to study there?
If you're coming to Malaysia, you have to look at the whole country and the geography of that particular area. Kuala Lumpur, the city where APU is a very huge, magnificent city. It's one of the most powerful city in terms of business, in terms of development. It's one of the most fastest growing city in Asia overall. For example, if you are coming to study technology related programs, there are a lot of technology related companies in Kuala Lumpur. If you're coming for finance or business or design, all these companies and their head offices are there in Kuala Lumpur. So looking at the opportunity side, you will have more and better opportunities while studying at APU as compared to going to any other university. We have an edge that you will have better access and exposure to all these facilities. Other than that, we are close to the center of the city. We are at Bukit Jalil area, which is almost around 15 to 20 minutes away from the city center. So if you want to take a highway, if you want to take a train, if you plan to go to city center by a cab, you don't have to travel a lot. It's very close to the city center. Other than that, the area where we are is called Technology Park Malaysia. So there are a lot of technology companies. They have their offices in that particular vicinity, and you can access to them for an internship, for a better career option. So I think there are a lot of options. Going further, if we talk about the living experience, Kuala Lumpur is the heart of tourism. It's one of the best destination if you are coming for tourism. It has a lot of sightseeings, so you can come to Malaysia and spend good time at Kuala Lumpur as a tourist. Moving ahead, if you talk about the food, Malaysia is an Islamic country, so you don't have to be worried about halal food. It's easily available. When you're roaming around in the city, you can get a lot of Pakistani restaurants to experience, and you can have all this biryani, korma, nihari, pie. You can find all these food items available in Kuala Lumpur itself. So I think it's a lifetime experience for students. Spend your time in Kuala Lumpur, spend your time in Malaysia, travel around the country. You will learn a lot of things from their system, from their environment, from the people of that country. As you know, we have students from over 130 countries. So you will learn new things from those who are in your class, in your group, in your batch. So it's easy for for you to make friends from different countries.
Good to hear that. Shozab, please tell us that your university helps students in a job placement for their students.
After completing 2 years of bachelor's degree program, basically this degree is for 3 years, but if you are done with if you're done with 2 years of your bachelor's degree, you can start looking for internship options. Internship is basically for 4 months, and it's compulsory for every single student. So you are actually entering into the corporate world with a 2 years education experience, and then you can find your career pathway right from that point. It helps you to develop your career. It helps you to develop your skills in the market, and of course, the employer will look for the fresh grads, those who have this passion to work in the industry. It helps students to find a better opportunity. For example, if you are coming from IT background or business background or finance or design, we have this department called Asia Pacific Career Center. They help students to generate their profile. They help students to maintain their profiles, and we help students to apply for for internships after completing 2 years of bachelor's degree. This will be the first step. This will be the first door for every single student when they are looking for better career options.
What are the different safety measures taken by the University of APU for the corona pandemic?
Recently, we are working on different aspects. For example, we have made it mandatory for every single person coming into the campus that he must be fully vaccinated. So the campus is only allowed for those who are fully vaccinated. Number two, if you're coming to the campus with fully vaccination, even then you are not supposed to roam around without a mask. So mask is it's mandatory. Even if you're having a mask and vaccination is done, you still have to maintain a particular distance, which helps you to control this pandemic. And then moving ahead, there is a scanner right at the entrance if you're feeling symptoms, if you're having fever or all. So you will be intimated and you will be asked to stop and get a proper treatment. So we have this clinic at our university campus. If any student is having any trouble, not feeling well, somehow they are looking for, this medical facility, they can always come to the clinic, and we assist them for their first aid and for their initial treatment for any sort of sickness.
That's right. Please tell something about that. Are you currently accepting applications for admission?
Yes, our next available intake for postgraduate programs is in April, and there is another intake which is in June for undergrad program. So if any student wants to apply for a bachelor's degree program, they can apply for June, or if they want to go for this master's program, they can always apply for April intake. So there are multiple intakes every year. The next available intakes are in April and June.
So are you guys accepting students on predicted grades of O levels, A levels, and HSC?
Yes, those who are actually going for Cambridge exams or metric or inter exams this year, they can apply now, and we will process their application for September intake 2022, and they can submit their documents to us for a conditional entry. Based on that, we can process their admission and visa even if they are agreed to join. So this will help them to secure their place in September intake.
Right. How much study gap APU is accepting for undergraduate and postgraduate program, and what is the age limit for admission in undergraduate and postgraduate program?
See, if you are sitting in a classroom and if there is a student, of age somewhere around 30 or 32, but normal admission age for undergrad program is somewhere around 17, 18 or 19 or maybe 20 years. So this will create a huge difference between both students. For example, if you are looking at the experience, exposure, learning experience, so student must have a standard learning exposure. We always look for those applicants who have this gap not more than 2 to 3 years, but that gap has to be justified. They must prove that they were studying somewhere, or maybe they were working, or there were some complications. So if it is justified, then definitely gap is not an issue.
Okay. So you're accepting students with the gap, but he must prove
not more than 2 to 3 years. Yeah, because if the gap is like 5 to 10 years or somewhere around that, definitely student lose the interest, and maybe even if they have interest, but learning process has stopped. So that depends on the student and their background. So it depends on the student background. If the gap is not more than 2-3 years, we still accept that.
So any recommendation to motivate students who want to pursue a professional career in Malaysia?
Malaysia is always looking for expats to work for them, because there are a lot of opportunities for investors. They keep on investing in different areas, for example, developing new businesses. They keep on start doing projects. So if you are looking at Malaysia as your first career destination, definitely Malaysia will help you to grow your career, to help your professional lifestyle, and you can apply within Malaysia at different companies. There are a lot of opportunities in Malaysia so that you can submit your CVs and you can get the job acceptance if you have a proper qualification.
Right. So, Mr. Shozab, any final words and some positive encouragement to students who wants to apply in APU?
Recently in last 2 years, we have seen students, they lost their hopes. They were not hopeful at all because of the pandemic. They thought that education is now becoming something which is just online, but Malaysia has opened all the doors for them. You can come to Malaysia, study with us on campus, join the classes right at the campus, be part of the university. University life is very limited. It's just once in a life. I think you should not ignore that part. You should not just close your eyes. No, it's not helping you out. So you have to come to the campus, live over there, learn new things from the systems, meet new people, make new friends. You should get in touch with the lecturers, those who are actually involved in research, be part of the library gang. So it helps you to grow your personality, your soft skills, your communication skills, your public relations skills. So it will definitely help you out. Don't lose the hope. Apply now. Join the next available intake. Even though you have a gap of maybe 2 years or 3 years, it doesn't matter. As far as you have the interest, as far as you have the ambition to study abroad, make sure you apply as soon as possible so that we can process your applications.
That was a really positive encouragement from you. And thank you so much for joining PFL. It's always great when you join PFL platform. So thank you so much, Shozab.
You're most welcome. Thanks a lot for inviting me. It was a pleasure talking to you guys.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.